All right, hello guys. I'm going to be showing you how I edited this and turned it into this using Luminar Neo and their new update. All right, so first we're going to open up Luminar Neo and get the photos in there that we want. So I have these 3 drone shots I took in Sydney of the Opera House. We're just going to get these 3 selected and we'll bring them over to the panorama stitching, get that started up. Now here we're just going to play around and find exactly what kind of type of stitch we would like. Each photo is different when you're stitching. It also depends on the pitch of your camera each time. So I would just suggest clicking them all and moving it around, just really seeing what you want. Going into this photo, I knew I wanted these buildings in the back to be tall, but also kind of look close to the Opera House. So I'm going to choose this one, move it up a little bit, and just get it cropped to a 4x5 because that's what's going to be used for Instagram. And just make sure that the Opera House is in the center. Okay, crop and save. All right, now we can go into edit. And you see a little bit of white on that right border. So we're just gonna go back into crop and get rid of that so that doesn't show up in the final photo. Bring that in a little bit. All right, now we're gonna go into Super Sharp AI and we're gonna hit middle. And this is just gonna use AI to really clean up the image quite a bit. Okay, now that the Super Sharp AI is done, it's looking pretty good. Now we'll go down into the essentials. We'll hit develop just to get started with everything. So I'm just gonna mess with these sliders just a little bit. As I'm doing this, I'm just watching what it's doing to my image. Just every photo is different, you know, so bring that smart contrast up a little bit more. Highlights are down, shadows are up. And we're gonna go down into curves and we're just gonna add a little bit of an S-curve. It's a classic editing move to do. You bring down that shadows and bring up the highlights just a little bit. Really adds a little bit more contrast to the image. I'm gonna open up some color, add some vibrance to it. And now that's looking pretty good as a start. So we're gonna move over to the Water Enhancer AI tool. This is one of the new tools that Luminar Neo has added with this new upgrade. And we just really wanna make that water pop since it is taking up basically the bottom half of the photo. Make it a little blue. Bring that original color down a little bit. And then I wanna brighten it up just a bit. I don't want the whole image too dark because we are going to add a vignette later. Now we're going to head up and we're ready to do a sky replacement. So Luminar Neo has a really good system for doing sky replacements and it has a bunch of skies already in stock ready to use. You can also add your own as well. We're just going to use one of theirs that they provide, just trying to find one that looks like it would fit this scenario. And when replacing skies, just please remember, you need to think of where your original source of light is coming from and you need to match that because shadows are a thing. And if you have the original source of light coming from the left, like I do in this image, and then I added my sunset to the right, it's going to look real weird when the shadows are also on the right. So here we go, we have this one, we're going to add it. It has its source of light to the left, and we can just mess around with the positioning of it, trying to get it all sorted. And then there's different mask refinement tools, really just for all those fine little detail spots between the buildings. It's just not every situation is perfect, so this really helps you clean that up. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I think it goes well into the haze that was already there in Sydney, so nothing too dramatic. I'll add a little bit of atmospheric haze. Now we can get out of the sky AI. We're going to move over to enhance AI as well. Just add a little bit of accent and as well as some sky enhancer. Just trying to keep this all blended together. All right, move down, open up Twilight Enhancer AI. This is also one of Luminar Neo's new tools. And one thing I like about this is it kind of adds a mood to the image. So they have different presets you can go with. And really, you're not gonna know if it works with your image until you try it. So just play around with a few, can change the amount. Thinking I kind of like emerald, but it's much too dark. And we just need a little bit. It's just for the mood. Okay, we'll go down into scene, bring the shade up. So now we're gonna open up some super contrast, and this just makes it so I can play with the different contrasts in the image a little bit easier. So we're gonna play with the highlights contrast a bit. Balance it, yeah, about -42. Okay, midtones and shadows. So I just suggest, again, just sliding these sliders around a little bit and just seeing what you like, what works for you. Everybody has their own style. And then we're gonna move down to color harmony, bring the brilliance more towards the green, make it a little warm, but I don't wanna do too much to it. And now just a quick dodge and burn. So we're gonna make this a little bit brighter just right here. Just because that's where our source of light is coming from. And we'll just add that vignette that I was talking about earlier, just a little bit. It's really gonna bring your eyes to the center, which is gonna be the opera house. So it really helps kind of do a tunnel vision sort of situation, but we want it really subtle. And now we're gonna go to erase and just clean up the image a little bit. There isn't much in this image that I need to get rid of, but see this little red flag here on this post in the water? We just wanna get rid of that because it is a bit of a distraction that's kind of unnecessary. So go over that and then hit erase. Okay. And just a few more spots. Erase, all right. Nothing too crazy over here that looks like you gotta get rid of. Okay, yeah, this looks pretty good. I am happy with this image. All right, so we'll give you a little bit of a before and after of this edit. So the before, pretty unsaturated, not too much going on. And the vibrance with the new sky as well, I feel like works really well. And now that we are done with that, we'll go ahead and export, and we're ready to post onto whatever source we'd like. So I'm a new user to Luminar Neo, new for the last month or so, and honestly, I love it. It's made these type of edits so easy and very smooth. Everything's super clean and works really fast too. So I definitely suggest it. If you have any questions, feel free to put in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining.